Chris from Smart Car Marketing here. This is just some instruction on how to edit the John Fisher Old Boys Association website. First of all, you need to log in, and assuming you've already got the right authority to log in, I'll just sorry if it's very heavy typing. You can remember it on the computer and you sign in. Ask you want to remember your password. Yes. As long as your computer's running okay, it should log in quite quickly. I tend to run loads and loads of programs at once, and so hence this is going a little bit slow. But as you can see, I've logged in. If you've already got a icon set up, your avatar will display here. But once you're logged in now, if you have got editor mode or administrator mode, you'll start seeing settings and edit beside all these content areas. So you've got one type of content such as this, and then you've got other types which are published feeds such as below, which has got different settings. So first of all, taking the edit, if you go into the content here, click on edit, it'll then take you through to a nice simple WYSIWYG editor, which you should be familiar with most of the ways to edit the text. So here you go, you're in a nice WYSIWYG editor. You can type in there, you can edit, you can insert pictures. Going along the top, you can cut and paste, creating links if you want to highlight something and create a link. You can insert pictures here. We've got a special paste from Word. Word, if you write something in Word, then copy it, and then paste it in here direct. It has a whole load of ugly characters underneath, and that just strips it out. So that's a page to edit. If you want to see the source beneath it, you can just click on source here, and there's a whole load of different bits. And then underneath, you can see you've got all the different versions. I've set it so we've got 10 levels of restore, and you can just restore back any changes to the editor. So if I go into here and change it to John Fisher School Old Boys Association, and I make an update, this is now live on the website. So very simple to make a change. But if you want to undo the last block of changes, you either go in here and edit it, or have a look at the past changes so you can compare to current. Highlights up here, that was what was changed. Actually, we want to get rid of it, so let's restore back to the editor. That version there. That's disappeared, and you just update. Now if needs be, we can set it so that we have different levels of access, so we can have somebody that updates it but somebody else approves it before it's made live. I don't think that's needed at the moment. Settings, you can change settings for each of these areas. You can probably work out most of the bits underneath. You can show created date, have social settings if you want to like it by Facebook, allow those settings, etc. Fairly straightforward. You've also got a news section, and the news section is basically a blog. So if you wanted to add a post to the blog, you just go in to add in a post there, and just type away title, add the content. If you want to add a link to it, categories, type in here, say there's a category about rugby or something like that, and then you add that category and you just tick whichever boxes it applies to. With all these WYSIWYGs, if you want to have a set of formatted content, click on this bit here, will give you many different pre-formatted types of content that you can have in here. So if you want 4 columns or 3 columns or 2, or nice little frequently asked questions. And when you select one of those, actually I'll just show you. When you select one of these, let's have a look at the accordion. And then save this. This is a JavaScript feature, so it doesn't show in the source editor, but when you see it in the actual page, need a title, test blog, test blog, okay, it's just thinking a little bit. There you go, and you've now got these nice little sections you can put bits into if you want to. And there's loads of different styles of content that you can place in here. You see you've got a bit at the bottom where you can tweet about these blogs. But let's just delete this item. That's how you put a news item in. As much as recently I just put a news item in to the school about their 50 years of rugby, and they're having a dinner. And again, if you tweet these, or you can like these bits, and it'll show up onto people's like pages and Google Plus as well. Okay, most of it's fairly straightforward. I've set it so that the feeds from the school feed and from the news feed will appear. If we go back onto the front page, towards the bottom of the front page, it takes the feeds in from the various different areas. So there's a bit about services, there's a bit about the rugby, and they'll all be fed into here. And we can manage the settings. Actually, what I will do is I'll change this to manage publishing. And you can start selecting content that you want to show or don't want to show within here just by clicking the pluses and minuses on there. Let's go back to home. So that's basically the site, fairly simple. Each of these areas, most of them will be content areas, but you should be able to work it out if you go in, have a look at the contact settings. If you want to just change the settings in here, you can change the settings. If you want to see all the messages that have been sent, you can actually have a look in here for messages that have been sent. And they're all stored online as well as being sent to people that are set in the settings tab. So in here you can decide who you want to send contact messages to. I've got a bit of spam filtering on the bottom, so everyone has to put in the code at the bottom here. So if I just click on the settings, you see the email address that will receive the submissions will be chairman at JFOBA, and we'll copy in one to myself and one to whoever's set at the webmaster on there. Got the title, that's that. The publishing bit there means that you can publish whatever form it refers to on various different pages. So if we click on publishing, you can see that it's published on the contact page at the back. But if I wanted to add it onto another page, such as the home page, I'll just click onto there and select the column I'd want to go into, left, right or centre, and it will place it in there. The order will tell you how far up and down compared to the other bits it'll be. I'll just show you, just clicking on the plus. So you can left, right or centre, you tick that to update it, and that'll be done. You can also select a publish start date and end date, so it will appear just between those periods. So if we're away on holiday or special Christmas messages, etc., that you want to end at a certain time or start at a certain time, you can set that in here if it's just a small little content piece. Just going on to the actual whole site administration. The overall site settings, be careful in here, because if you do have access to here, you've probably got access to update and change the whole site. I have a skin setting here, which is just what the site looks like. There's various different skins that we've had, so the version 4 is the one we're using. The default email is from membership@JFOBA, and you've got various different settings throughout. If you ever wanted to sell things, we could do on the e-commerce.